So welcome back to Decoy Noise. Today we're going to be going over an Am I the Antagonist story of Am I the Antagonist for telling my significant other I won't pay his bills anymore? So if you're new to the channel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the Am I the Antagonist video. I'm going to say my opinion. We're going to go to the top comments on the post and then go to some controversial comments to see what everybody else is saying. If you haven't subscribed, do so below. Also, we're making a Discord channel, so I'm going to put the link in the description below. I believe they only survive for a day, so if you see it, join the Discord channel if you want to be a part of the party. But also, let's just get right into the story right now. So, am I the antagonist? I am a 23-year-old female, don't work, I'm a full-time student, and when my dad passed away a few years ago, he left me money to get through school. He always said he'd support me financially as long as I was in school, so when he got sick, he set aside enough for me to live off of the rest of my undergrad. That was very nice. I had only started my undergrad then. I was about 6 months in, so I still had a lot ahead of me. I'm very grateful for him doing this and try to budget it wisely. That leads me to living on about $800 a month after rent is due. This includes food, bills, school supplies, like textbooks, etc. My significant other, 22-year-old male, and I have been dating almost 2 years now and have been living together since last fall, about 6 months now. I don't charge him rent, make him pay any bills, I buy most of the groceries, and he uses the money from his part-time job to buy extra stuff like takeout food, cigarettes, gas for his car, etc. I don't remember exactly when it started, but I also started paying all of his bills at some point soon after he moved in. I now also pay for his phone bill, his car insurance, his doctor's appointments, and will send him money for stuff here and there, like when he got hit and busted his headlight. Oh no. I sat down with him several times over the course of the last several months and said I can't keep paying for these things for him. At this rate, I'm almost doubling the monthly amount I use for my savings fund with his bills included, and I won't have enough to get me through my undergrad. So I told him this morning I wasn't willing to help with his bills anymore. Okay, seems reasonable so far. I feel like I'm the antagonist, and I know he thinks I'm the antagonist for deciding to do this right now. He only works about 20 hours a week now, but looking for another job during this time isn't going to be easy. He has car insurance coming up at the end of the month, and he has a job that requires him to have a car so he can get to at least that. So he has to get at least that paid. But I've been trying to set my foot down for months, something I've admittedly not good at doing, and I can't afford to be using this much money a month. I'm perfectly fine with continuing to pay rent, bills, food, etc. all on my own, but I don't want to be paying his bills that don't even affect me. I don't even use his car or ask him to drive me anywhere. Insurance is $300 a month. He chose a psychiatrist that doesn't take his insurance, about $50 an appointment, and I feel used because he doesn't hesitate to ask me for money anymore. $50 here, $70 there. It gets up to be about $700 to $800 a month when you include things like parking tickets, gas money, phone bill fees, takeout food, and when he doesn't get paid until tomorrow and is at work, etc. Oh jeez. Am I being too harsh right now saying I'm leaving you with all these bills to figure it out yourself? I definitely feel like the antagonist, but I also feel like he's using me for money that I shouldn't be spending at this rate. Okay, so before we get into the update right there, I'm gonna go ahead and just pass my judgment right now. The boyfriend's just using her. Like, she's just an extra source of income. Like, I don't know what the rest of the relationship's like, but this is unfair. Yes, she's not good at putting her foot down, and yet when she's saying, hey, I'm gonna put my foot down, she's uncomfortable with it. So this is the perfect turning point for her. But let's get to the end of the thread right now, the update. Thank you all. I went ahead and broke up with him. I do think, based on how his last relationship went, he would stay with me if I lost all the money, but I don't think it's because of love. When discussing this with him and bringing up breaking up, a much bigger issue came up, and I realized now the relationship was about control. Again, thank you. Okay, so like I kind of thought, and when she was shedding more light about the relationship, it was about control. It wasn't really about, like, you know, I guess she clarifies that if they broke up, or if she didn't have the money anymore, they would still stay together, but it was a controlling thing and just taking advantage of it. Like the whole adage that everybody talks about is people treat you how you allow them to treat you, and she just kind of let him slowly take more and more advantage of it. And as far as the whole, like, I pay all the rent and my bills and food and all that stuff on her own, I understand that because it makes it easier to kind of break apart from somebody. You don't become financially dependent on each other, so it's easier to break off. But then he got financially dependent on her, which complicated things when they needed to break up. So if you have an input, let me know down below. But let's get into the top reply. Not the antagonist. Dude's not living with you, but he's living off you. Warning, leeches are hard to pry off. Very true. Reply, it's not real love if you're paying for it. You deserve better and he needs to go home to mommy. That's low blow, but possibly true. Next reply, not the antagonist. He's making an income, you're not. I don't see why he's not paying his own bills, because it's easier just to get the free money. Not the antagonist. You've only been living together for 6 months. I'm assuming he had all these personal bills before moving in. You're covering rent, utilities, and a majority of the groceries. He can cover his own personal bills. I was going to go into a whole spiel of helping with budgeting, blah blah blah, but no, he's an adult, he can work it out. You just need to focus on not folding and giving in. You're honoring your dad, you're providing shelter, warmth, and food, plus your companionship and love. You're doing more than enough. Yeah, that's the thing, is why does there have to be, like, money needs to be changing hands for a relationship to be successful? I mean, I get that, where you can buy gifts and do, like, nice things for him, but it's just, that went all into a way different path. Next reply. Oh, this is OP's reply. He had the same bills before, but I forgot to include above that he had a second job that covered it. Before we lived together, he got let go from overstaffing a few months back, though. That's around the time he asked me to help. Okay, so, I mean, I get it. It just happened gradually and she didn't put her foot down. The extension is, thank you for that response. Part of why this upsets me so much is because my dad wouldn't have wanted me to struggle while in school, and I feel like I'm letting him down by putting myself in a position of bad budgeting. Yeah, it's like, you know, if the dad was there, sad to say, she probably could have gone to him, told him the story, and the dad would have been like, hell no, I'm not putting this kid through college too. I'm putting my daughter through school. So, sad all around. Next reply. He's making no effort. It's one thing to help your partner get back on their feet when they're unexpectedly in a bad spot. It's quite another to fully support a mooch who makes no effort. If he doesn't have the money to pay for his car insurance, he shouldn't be getting takeout. He needs to pack his lunch every day, period. Why are you paying for his parking tickets? Plural, tickets. He can't afford the ticket. He needs to make the effort to park legally, even if that means walking an extra block or two. Waking up 10 minutes early to find parking is absolutely free. So maybe he says parking tickets, maybe not parking tickets like parking fines, maybe like parking tickets like, hey, I need to park in this lot near work and it's like $5 to park in this lot type of thing. Hard to say. If you're in the States, I know Walmart and most grocery chains are hiring temporary overnight shelf stockers. Amazon needs warehouse pickers. It's hard work, but it's work, yeah. But you know, if they're trying to focus on school, it would be kind of hard to pick up a second job, so I do kind of get that. But the idea is that it's not her job to say, hey, let me help you find a job, let me do this. It's like she's taking care of a child at this point in time, not a boyfriend. Also, and do not give this man a loan. You'll never see that money again. I've been in this relationship and I was out almost 8 grand by the time it ended. Don't waver, you're in the right. Oh my god. Yeah, so bad all around. Let's do one more, like, top comment. Not the antagonist. Dude is a leech. Time for him to find a new host to suck off of. If you ran out of money, this guy would be out the door the same day. But then they said that, you know, that they don't think it was about the money, it was about the control. But I mean, so it seems like my sentiments are the same of all the top comments, but like always on Decoy Noise, we're gonna go over some controversial comments to see what other people might think that aren't, you know, maybe as rational or just who knows. But also drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I want to know if anybody has similar ideals as to what's in the controversial section. So the top controversial section is, not the antagonist. I'm sorry, but you're sort of the antagonist for basically becoming his sugar mommy and letting him take advantage of you. He has a job that he is in no way uses to contribute to any of this, and your combined expenses, only extra things like his cigarettes and takeouts. I mean, I get not wanting to help out because of the current climate, but it's excessive, and I can't believe you still think you're the antagonist here when not even your boyfriend has said anything that is, because it's that obvious. Okay, I'm sorry for being harsh, but it's seriously, please establish some boundaries. Yeah, it's all about establishing boundaries. They're giving her tough love when maybe she needs to hear it right now. Not the antagonist, but dude, why? And there's a lot of things we can assume from this. Like maybe he's, you know what, I'm not even gonna go down that other route of attractiveness levels or whatever. But it's just, you know, who knows? Who knows? We're not there, but we're just seeing a small glimpse of their story. So let's see other controversial comment. Honestly, you're kind of the antagonist for creating such a comfortable situation for him. What? Obviously, he will not understand why you're suddenly taking this away. I think that she talked about how she wanted to stop over and over, and this is her putting her foot down. But let's get back into the story. I don't get why you would be paying for all that in the first place, but well, he has got to put on his big boy panties on and own up a bit. You're his partner, not a sugar mama. Not charging him rent and groceries is super generous already, so I guess not the antagonist unless he's being rude about it. So the reason this is a controversial thing, because he starts by saying you're the antagonist, but then saying you're not the antagonist. Like, what? Okay, so next controversial reply was, you're the antagonist, you're clearly the sugar mama, so why cut him off? I feel like a lot of these controversial replies have to be in the land of people saying that they're they're projecting whatever the story is. Maybe they have like a history of hearing about sugar mamas or this or that or whatever. I mean, hard to say, but it's like always, I want to hear you guys' input back down there, trying to see if should keep on doing these antagonist posts, because I mean, they're kind of more fun to do. We're just passing judgment and being the TMZ of the internet. But I mean, if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing down below. Join the Discord channel that I put in the description. Also check that video out over there. But let me know how you feel about the music in the background, all these videos. If you like the live commentary, what's on your mind, let me know. I chat with everybody at this point in time. But thank you for stopping by.